Hello, I'm David. I am the developer of World's Dawn. I'm also working on a new project called A Story Beside, and the reason I wanted to make this video was to share how what I've learned from the development and post-release, all the feedback and criticism that I've received from World's Dawn have shaped what A Story Beside is going to be. It was important to me to get a sense of what people really liked and disliked about World's Dawn before I kind of dug into this next project. So at the moment, World's Dawn is sitting at exactly 300 user reviews on Steam, 82% of which are positive, which is a number that I'm really proud of, really happy with. I've read every single one of those 300 reviews, both positive and negative, and have taken away a lot of really helpful information from them. The overall feeling that I got from reading all those reviews, reading all the comments on social media, kind of following the project in the 18 months or so since its release, was that people really enjoyed the feeling of living in this little farming town. They enjoyed meeting and befriending all these different charming villagers, the cozy, tight-knit community, and all the social interactions that came with that. The way I've seen a lot of people talk about the characters and the writing and kind of their lives in Sugar Blossom Village with so much warmth is really heartwarming to me and kind of helps me realize what about World's Dawn is valuable to people, is enjoyable to people. A lot of the negative feedback that the game received was based around the control scheme that was somewhat unintuitive or clunky, as well as limited farming mechanics and systems compared to other more robust, straight-up farming sims like Harvest Moon or Stardew Valley. So when it came time to move on to my next project and start working on A Story Beside, I decided to really emphasize my strengths as a designer, which I had come to realize are writing and characters and story, as well as the overall charm of this rural community, this little farming town. A Story Beside is a fantasy adventure game told from the perspective of somebody who's kind of on the sidelines of that adventure. Somebody who isn't a hero, isn't chosen one, is basically just an NPC in a vast fantasy kingdom that you might be familiar with if you've played a lot of old school 16-bit JRPGs like Secret of Mana or Chrono Trigger or Final Fantasy. The Story Beside is much more polished, it's much more streamlined, the mechanics are simplified, the control scheme is simplified, there's analog movement, there are more accurate collision maps. Because A Story Beside is built in RPG Maker MV, which is the newest version of this engine, it will integrate much better with Steam overlay and achievements. All of those things will work much more smoothly than they do in World's Dawn currently. A lot of the social parts of World's Dawn are going to carry over, so the romance options, the relationships that you can build with the other villagers, those things are kind of the focus here. The game centers around Lyric, who is a humble, ordinary innkeeper in this little mountain village, and she is actually telling the story from later in her life, so you get to see different memories from throughout her lifetime and watch as she and the people near her, her loved ones, her family, grow and change over the course of those years. I'm going to start wrapping up the video, but I just want to send out a huge thank you to everyone who has played, shared, or supported World's Dawn in any way over the last 18 or so months. The reception to this game has exceeded my wildest expectations from when I started it way back in 2010 as a very simple farming tech demo in RPG Maker. So thank you very much. Please look for A Story Beside in 2018 on Steam. Until then, if you want to follow updates on the project, I occasionally post videos like this one, or screenshots and little nuggets of information on Facebook or Twitter or YouTube, so check those out. To anyone who played and enjoyed World's Dawn and is maybe a little bit hesitant going into A Story Beside, I get it. It is a shift in genre. It's a very different game in a lot of ways, but I would ask for your trust. That cozy feeling, the warm feeling that you got playing World's Dawn, those are the things I'm really focusing on, really trying to bring forward with A Story Beside. And being the sole developer on both, I think that voice and those feelings will definitely come through in this new project.